Well, it's like I like that every Barilla pasta ad isn't really an ad for pasta. It's an ad for like a disappointed housewife
For pool boys.
hates her family.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you cook Barilla and you think about leaving your husband, and that's what the pasta is good for. Is it provides you some nice escape from your horrific home life. Your doughy piece of shit husband who you thought would be promoted by now, who's still making $50,000 a year.
It's been a massive disappointment, but this make believe. Yeah, there was also that shampoo that made women cum.
Yeah,
remember
Garnier
Fructis,
Fructis.
baby.
No, it was herbal essence.
Oh, yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm remembering? As I saw, there was a video like 10 years ago. I remember watching it multiple times. A girl shoving a bottle of Garnier Fructis in her pussy. So it wasn't herbal essence, but yeah, Dr. Ruth in the commercials.
Yeah.
To further, in case you didn't understand the orgasm reference, Dr. Ruth had to be there to be like, they're coming, by the way. That's coming.
I just want to see like the husband side of it. Was like a sweetheart. Sweetheart, you've been using a lot of hot water.
I gotta use my Axe body spray to be raped in the grocery store by hordes of women.
Sweetheart, you've been in there for 3 hours. I don't know what the noise is. I might knock this door down. Are you in there with someone? Are you
bottle just
cheating on me?
100% looks like a cock.
Some dude, Oscar Pistorius, is his wife because he thinks she's in there with a man. She's really herbal essence. Yeah.
Now, do you think Oscar Pistorius' dick is also a scoop?
Yeah, it is. It's a blade dick.
Yeah,
It's one of those
speculum.
It's one of those weird shaped dildos that has like a clit thing and like,
rabbit.
It's like a robot.
Rabbit.
It's a rabbit.
Adam uses those on his ass.
Well,
It tickles the balls.
I use the
Well, you know what's funny
clit
is
part of my grundle, and then
the Hitachi.
It doesn't sound that
The
bad.
Hitachi
honestly.
magic wand.
was a back massager initially.
Well, now it's a pussy massager, but like Hitachi didn't release it under another brand name, so. You know, that's like they still make toasters and fucking you know,
it's awesome.
like power tools and shit. But if you type in Hitachi into Google, it's just like this, you know, depraved, disgusting sex toy.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Ruining the proud name of Hitachi.
I just
What are
wanna-
they, Japanese? I gotta be
Japanese. I just want to take a minute to say that I think that if men masturbate, and I think women also do it, and I think it's cool if they decide to do it. And I don't think what Nick just said is true. I don't think it's
Get the
disgusting.
fuck off of my show. Okay?
I'm all for anyone coming, honestly.
Don't ever challenge my masturbation beliefs. It's the one thing I hold dear.
I love when people come.
Yeah.
I want everyone to come right now. Let's all come. Let's all beat off till we come. On,
It would be, you know, I like
mic.
when people laugh at like people for like coming in their pants, and it's like I would love it if I was able to do that.
Oh my god, hands
If I
free.
could fucking come in my pants, like if I just saw someone attractive and I came in my pants, it's like that's kind of like having bad sex with them
Yeah,
in a way.
I'm gonna count that as sex.
Yeah,
I'm gonna count that as full
If I
sex.
just saw someone attractive and I came in my pants, I would feel
coming in your pants.
that would be great.
It's 100%
That would
not
be
sex. It's not even
No, it's
jerking
kind
off.
of like
What's
sex.
some weird thing where you instantly come?
What time?
That would rule. I wouldn't, and then I wouldn't be thinking about it.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It would be cool because then you get like 7
count that
minutes
as sex,
of
dude.
like free. Your mind is clear.
You know how
for
fucking
7 minutes.
chill you would be if you came in your pants and like it wasn't visible. Like if you were talking to somebody you thought was attractive and you just immediately came in your pants and then you were like, oh well, now I can just be chill.
Then you have the upper hand in that discussion.
Yeah.
You
You don't need to.
You're not nervous,
Right.
Yeah.
And
would
then
be
you
good.
finally hook up with them, and they're like, "Well, you're gonna come," and you're like, "I already came 7.5 hours ago." No, but yeah, when we first started hooking up, during the conversation portion of
you know,
hooking
we
up,
had some bad sex 7 hours ago. You know, you had no idea that I was coming when there was pre-cum just all over my cock. We were talking about plays, and I just had fucking soggy ass boxer briefs on.
yeah, dude, I would love to come in my pants. If you could just do it like on command too, you know.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
To like get out of work, like imagine if you had some shitty like retail job.
Sorry,
and it
I
cost
gotta leave. I came in my pants.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, boss. I can't fucking
I gotta leave
restock
the orange
these
Julius.
sweaters. There's jizz all over my fucking corduroys.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I came in my pants. I gotta leave Abercrombie right now.
Can I take a second lunch?
Y'all got wet wipes?
Yeah.
Y'all got wet wipes, yo?
Just a fucking. You just wear.
I'm gonna need the loner underwears, please. Yeah, I came in my pants again.
Like, God damn it, Craig, we're gonna need you to start wearing diapers.
Yeah.
Your pants too much.
I'm gonna need the Enterprise
I would
rental
like
car
to speak
loner
to the manager,
underwears.
please. Oh my God! Did you just come in your pants? Ma'am, I understand you're upset about this, but it is a medical. This is something
Ma'am,
that.
please put your breasts away, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm warning you. Ma'am, cover up, please. Please.
Yeah. Or like if you did it when you were nervous, like you have to give a presentation in class, and you're like, Tiananmen Square. I'm sorry.
And then you just give the best presentation after you come.
And then you're fucking Don Draper. Put that coffee down. Coffee for people who come in their pants. You think I'm fucking with you? I am not fucking with you.
Oh, fuck.
There's only one thing that matters in this life. Always be coming.
ABC, baby.
God damn.
Getting them to sign on the stain on your pants. What else happened this week? We do
Trump got mad at the play.
No,
yeah,
Hamilton.
Real
Fucking gas
hip-hop.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
He got mad.
Well, the theater's supposed to be a safe space.
It's a safe space for people that hate gay people.
I was so hoping this election would be over and we wouldn't have to talk about this shit ever again.
I know.
No,
it
he's
looks like
going to
we're
be the
gonna have
president for
to
4
forever.
years.
We don't have to.
No, we don't.
You just brought it up. I wouldn't talk about movies that I didn't
said
like.
what
Yeah, we
else
were
is
talking
going
about
on?
jizz.
I'm sorry, dude.
We were
derailed our
actually
jizz
on
combo.
brand for once.
Yeah.
We're trying to get back on track here.
Yeah, we haven't talked about cum enough, honestly.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That was a fun little aside there.
When's the last time you came?
Everyone thought it was like
I should masturbate.
You beat off before you came?
Not before I came, but
When?
there was a moment this
What'd you
morning.
beat off to?
I beat off to some internet pornography.
What? Come on, dish.
www.x
X
hamster?
videos or hamster?
X hamster.
I've been going X vids for the
That's so
longest
weird. Is that
time.
like a
Why the
Richard
hamster?
Gere reference?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
I think it's a Richard Gere reference.
Is that what
But wasn't that a gerbil? Wouldn't it be X gerbil?
It depends on where you live, dude. It's one of those like colloquial.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Pops.
serious.
No, it is like either Prince or Marilyn Manson that got a rib removed to suck their own
That's
dick.
true,
that's
Because we're growing up, I remember being Marilyn Manson. I
Yeah.
was browbeaten by people.
Oh, I thought
I
it
was
was
Marilyn Manson.
as well.
I think
Yeah.
it was our generation, actually.
In my adult life, it's been people telling me over and over again, it's fucking, it's
That's
Prince,
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
not Marilyn Manson.
Man, Prince fucked.
Yeah, yeah. In the mid-Atlantic, it's gerbils. In the south, like the deep south, it's hamster.
Well, I've heard mice, I've heard rats, I've heard gerbils.
Rats?
Yeah.
I heard a peacock.
Rats could live up there for
a
years.
guinea pig.
Yeah.
Guinea pig, yeah.
Well, you know what that
What
means.
is it?
though.
What-
you know what that means is it means that it's true.
Yeah.
Because he's worked his way through all. If it was one thing everywhere, be like, all right, that's insane.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's every different type of rodent is indicative of a pattern of behavior. Look, if all I need is the word pizza one time to assume that everyone in the Democratic establishment is raping
kids, yeah.
children, then I know for a fact that the Richard Gere thing is true.
Well,
Actually, pizza party is just code for they go to see a show where Richard Gere shoves rats.
that is... Well, it's not that Richard Gere does that. It's that he got it stuck there. That's something that all gay guys do, is that they put rodents in their asses, right?
That's how
like
you
a
check to
gay-
see if you're gay.
A friend explained to me how he did it one time. He was
If
like,
it comes out and
they do
sees
it
its
for real.
shadow, you're
He puts
actually gay
he
for 6
puts
more
it in-
weeks.
He puts it in a toilet paper roll and then puts the toilet paper roll in his ass and then pulls the toilet paper roll out. It's like an applicator.
Oh, like a tampon.
And the physics of the thing, it was great. And then, it starts suffocating, so it starts scratching, and that's what makes him come.
Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah.
So he like damages his rectum.
Yeah.
Do they
Like
declaw
that-
it?
Well, that's the why he does it, is because the animal freaks out and it dies in his ass, and the feeling of an animal dying in his ass, struggling
Gives
to
you
get out
power.
and clawing and biting.
Yeah.
It gives him power, and it's painful, and it makes him come.
Mm-hmm. Do you know the first gay guy to put a rodent in his ass was?
It was, hold on.
You?
Little Richard.
Mm-mm.
Was it you?
Mm-mm. It's much older.
Was it you?
I didn't
It wasn't-
invent
Are you
it.
sure it wasn't Little Richard?
Was it you?
It was William Shakespeare.
Was it you?
It was.
All of his plays were actually written by Richard Gere,
Yeah. They're all plagiarisms.
by Sir Francis Bacon, who's been in a movie with literally everybody.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
right.
Yeah.
It's all 7 degrees
69
from,
degrees
Sir
of
Francis,
Sir Francis Bacon.
Bacon, right? Yeah. That's the game, right?
Sir Francis Bacon. She's probably cool, huh? Probably had
Tight.
a lot of bacon.
Yeah, dude. You know who I like better?
Yeah.
Sir Francis Pizza, dude.
Yeah. There had to
Oh,
have
yeah.
been
Just high five.
mad pedophiles back then. They wouldn't let women
Everyone
in the
fucked.
theater, so the boys were the women.
Oh,
That was a,
I
that was
thought
a
women
fun
were
way
in the balcony.
no, in the actual plays.
in the plays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shakespeare was all boys.
Yeah,
All the
yeah,
women,
yeah.
And you had to suck their dicks on the stage.
Yeah.
Boy,
You
yeah.
were forced to.
No, throughout history, it's been like this thing where it's like, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. About fucking kids.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
come on, man. It's like the same way. It's like not replacing the toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
that level of like nuisance. It's like,
yeah.
do you have?
Well,
to
that was
fuck children?
like in that show Rome. Octavius or whatever, he like disappears for a minute, and his mom's is like, she asked him in like weird Latin at Roman talk or whatever, but she was like, "Were you sucking off your uncle Julius?" And he's like, "Shut up, Mom." I was like, "No, I wasn't."
Shut up, Mom. I wasn't sucking your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what he was
don't
doing
fucking-
actually something much worse, hiding the fact that he suffers from seizures, which no one could find out
much
about.
worse than sucking off.
Yeah. No, that's really what happens.
That's awesome.
in the
Yeah.
show.
Don't they still fuck children like big time in the Middle East?
And Greeks absolutely do it. Yeah, no, that was
No,
like a
no.
problem in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
is that like the
legitimately.
fucking tribal leaders were like fucking boys, and like like army, like the Pentagon was like saying like, yeah, don't report that, or
Yeah.
Mhm.
or get
Well, that's
involved.
how they defeated the Soviet Union in the 80s.
Yeah, they
Boy
fucked
dick,
all the
boy-ass
Soviet
power.
boys.
They fucked all the boys. Yeah.
That is so awesome that you could be misogynistic and so gay, and then just like, but if you're just
Well,
like,
the two aren't mutually exclusive.
I know, but it's like,
Yeah,
A lot
like
of gay
Milo.
guys hate women.
yeah,
Yeah, like Milo.
absolutely. I think we even talked about it, how there's a certain kind of gay guy who is the most misogynistic person on earth.
Yeah,
It's just
like
like a gay
Milo.
guy who has no
Yeah, it's
use
you,
for
dude.
women.
That's who it is.
No, I'm
Yeah,
very
it's you.
straight, and I have sex with lots of women who are big fans. Anyway, what I was talking about was it's hilarious that they could just like fuck children and then also be homophobic.
Yeah.
That's my favorite kind of
what makes sense to me.
like.
yeah, but all that shit
based on my childhood.
it's a performance.
Didn't Africa Bambaataa fuck kids?
Yeah, it just turned out that he was a monster the entire
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
But he's probably
What's his song? The big one.
His big song was it was Sailing by Christopher Cross.
That's it.
Yeah.
Christopher Cross is asexual.
Yeah. That's true. Christopher Cross is never
Christopher Cross
Made a woman
comes
cry.
in his pants to the idea of getting a chubby. He imagines becoming semi-erect, and then without becoming erect at all, he comes in his pants to that thought.
just a perfect jizz
Yeah.
droplet
He,
pours
he
out of
thinks
his
about
soft
putting on
cock.
like an extremely comfortable pair of Italian pants. That's what makes him go.
and slippers, just like warm slippers.
Sailing makes me.
Who'd be the
come
funniest
in
person
my
to have
head.
a pedophile scandal? What about Jimmy Buffett? That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be good.
Eh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's always funny.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, what?
Yeah, it's never not
You're
funny.
fucking kids.
That's a fun thought experiment.
I feel like a female pedophile is funnier.
Nah, that's never funny.
no.
No.
It's never funny. The female one's
Yeah,
never funny.
Didn't they say Paula Poundstone?
We talked exactly this. Maybe we had this exact theoretical because Paula Poundstone.
I think so. This is sounding familiar.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
talked about Paula Poundstone. Anyway.
Oh, Elon Musk. That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be
that would
good.
be really
That'd
funny.
be
Yeah.
good.
They're like,
We'd be like, society
he
needs
he
him.
finally gets to space and he's on the moon and he's like raping a 3-year-old and when he make it Earth. He's like, I can do it up here. Why did you think I was going to the moon? What, I wanted to help you, man. You kidding? I'm a billionaire. Why would I help people? No, so I could rape this child on the moon.
Hell yes, dude.
Yeah, man.
If penetration ain't illegal, dog.
All right, well, that's going to do it. You
Great.
guys are great. Thanks. Well, we did it. We got the $5,000.
Yeah.
Adam now has to leave the podcast.
I will be leaving.
He will be leaving. Unfortunately, Stav ate too much Auntie Anne's on the way home.
He hit
Couldn't make it.
a little double with the audience and Cinnabon.
He drove back from Maryland today and somehow didn't get back until like 7 p.m.
What's the 5,000 for?
Just, money I want.
Subscribers.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
famous. I don't know.
For you?
Yeah.
They were doing all right. So Kurt's here. Kurt came.
You want this?
Everyone who listens to this is, it's the same. It's the same people listen to all podcasts.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was this. Every time somebody says something to me, it also listens to every podcast.
Yeah.
And I listen to no podcast.
Yeah, I don't listen to any podcasts.
Me neither.
They all sit on Reddit. They listen to podcasts. So we got Kurt here instead of Stav. Kurt's been a highly requested guest on the podcast.
Yeah, we're very thankful.
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
You got $5,000 worth of subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's more people stealing, which is even more punk rock.
Are they still stealing?
Oh, they're still stealing. You
Fuck.
changed it to RSS.
Yeah, but they're sharing the
What's
RSS.
RSS?
I don't even know.
Is it, how'd your subscription work?
It's Putin. Dude.
We do the same shit. It's Patreon.
It's
Oh,
Putin.
Patreon?
Yeah.
So is it subscription just to listen to it at all?
No.
Oh, so you have free and then you
Yeah,
have
one free,
premium.
one paid. The same format. Isn't that what you guys are doing now?
Well, what do you mean one free and one paid?
You do 2 a week.
Yeah, so if you
do-
pay $5 a month, you get an extra episode.
You get an
every
extra
week.
episode.
I think we're doing like a monthly bonus. I don't really know how to do it, but maybe that's the way to do it. I don't
Yeah.
know what you should be doing.
Well, we stole the model from my roommate. My roommate told guess how much my roommate's podcast makes now?
What?
Just guess.
Well, I don't know.
Just
A month.
guess.
I'm
Have fun.
not. Just tell me.
No, just guess.
$1 billion.
Yes.
Okay. Well, $250,000 a year.
Yeah.
Jesus.
From a
Isn't that insane?
podcast.
From a
yeah.
podcast.
What is this podcast called?
Chapo Trap House.
What could be that interesting that it makes $250,000 a year?
It's like they talk shit about.
They're like it's like a politics podcast. They
journalists
just got
and
wrote up
stuff?
in the New Yorker
Yeah.
throughout the election.
I guess it's a leftist perspective. They're funny. They're not comics, but they're all three
Right.
independently funny dudes.
Yeah.
I think that just
Oh,
a
shit.
bunch of journo guys are like afraid of getting bullied by guys with beards on a podcast. And they all subscribe to
Yeah.
Joppa. Yeah.
It's it's very similar to Red Eye. It's basically the same. The premier political comedy outlet is Fox's Red Eye
yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
with Tom Shalhoub and some girl that won a beauty pageant 7 years ago. And, she's
Yeah.
somehow fell from instead of going from actress to woman that just gets fucked by a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I used
Actress,
to
too.
play the liberal panel on Gutfeld.
Oh yeah.
It was like a wall that would say the liberal view.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing Gutfield or Kennedy. I asked him about it, and she was like, maybe I'll recommend you for it. But she was like, I would suggest that you actually watch the show beforehand. And I guess she could tell that I've never seen.
What, to pick your spot or something? I don't know.
No, she's like, I don't think you know what those shows are. And I was like, you're right. I don't.
I don't think they know what the shows are.
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah.
I watch show, what is
Considering how fast and loose they play at a Red Eye, I figured might as well.
this? Well, all Fox shows don't have. They don't want to pay union writers to do the show. So
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
you get that.
Well, I don't even know who writes for Red Eye. I know it's Kissel and
I see
Tim
Diamond.
Diamond. But it was funny. Like Tim came up to me the first time I did Red Eye, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm one of the writers on the show." And I was like, "Write it for what?"
Yeah, what do you write?
What do you write? I don't understand. I guess what Andy's rebuttals.
Yeah,
I see. I thought he just came up with that shit, and he had fake papers because it sounded easy. They have like fake papers to shuffle.
The show's too long. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Is it a nightly or a weekly?
It's
nightly.
They film
nightly.
2 a day now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so much work.
It's a Tyler Perry model they're doing.
Right. Well, considering how often they have like me and Tim Dillon and Scott Chaplin on, it's like they really don't. I feel bad for the news people that come on because they'll have like, people that have legitimate careers in journalism and then like a comic that has 0 TV credits.
Yeah.
Literally, I just tweeted at the show and I was like,
Yeah.
put me on the show. And that's how it happened.
That's
for
how
me.
you did it?
Yeah. And then Rich Lowry's wearing like a fucking suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just gets bullied.
Well, yeah, you said you were on with the ambassador John Bolton
Yeah.
once.
A while
that's,
ago.
That's pretty. I mean, you've got credits at least. They
That's
got
my main
you.
credit I use everywhere.
Yeah.
Ambassador John Bolt. Oh, Ambassador Bolton. Yes,
Yeah.
I know him.
Red Eye is such a shit credit too. It's not like something you can even use for shows. It's like in DC when comics will be like, "Oh yeah, say I was on Comcast."
Yeah,
When they do
yeah.
that,
What was that?
they did. They're like this local Comcast like
Who
open
gives a
mic show.
shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
guess it matters. It fucking
I hate telling hosts what to say. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to say? I'm like, just fucking.
Save my name.
I
yeah.
remember when I had to bring up Louis, and I'm like, what do you want me to say? He's like, nothing, just say Louis C.K. and he'll
Yeah.
drop the mic and walk away from it slowly. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. And because as a host, you don't want to, like, I
Right.
just got to say something, man. But I
Right.
totally get why he didn't want me to say anything.
Well, the conceit of credits is that the audience doesn't have any faith that the show is going to be a good show until
Yeah.
they hear what you've been on or like how you've been vetted. But like,
and they don't care what the fucking credits
right,
are.
nobody cares.
No
There's
one's-
nobody
yeah,
in the
no one's
audience
listening.
that's going to be like, oh,
All it does is make me
Wow.
uncomfortable before I get on.
yeah, he's been on a sitcom on CISO that I've never heard of.
I got. Oh God! On Friday night I was at a show and the host asked and I said no, I have nothing. And then the dude who booked it was like, no, say Come Town. And I was like, all right, fine. And then he fucking butchered my name. He called it Come Mom Podcast. And he's like, Aaron Friedman.
Come on, podcast. He called
Come Mom. Come Mom Podcast.
it. Come on.
He's like, everyone, please put your hands together for Aaron Friedman from the
Yeah.
Come On Mom Podcast.
I've only butchered one intro in my
Yeah.
entire life. It like having to bring people up, and it was Cameron Esposito, and it was before I knew who she was. And in retrospect, I'm like, good.
Yeah,
I
you
feel like
did it.
there's a part of my
what did you?
subconscious.
How did you?
I said like Carmen Esperanto or something. And I've just fucking
Carmen Esperanto.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
even a
yeah.
hard name to get right.
Yeah. Give it up for Carmen Sandiego, everybody.
Fucking Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world are Carmen
Oh.
Sandiego's punchlines?
You know her from Upworthy. What
Yeah.
a horrific credit.
Yeah, wait, is that her credit? Upworthy? I
That's
mean, she's
her
on
credit to
everything.
me.
Yeah, she's got a lot of money now.
Hey guys,
Wow.
think periods aren't a thing to bring up at like
Yeah.
that. I love that fake. That fake thing of all men or have demanded that you can never talk about your period.
Yeah,
Like, now here's one that goes on uncomfortably long
Yeah.
about nothing.
Yeah.
That's the worst
Yeah.
joke I've ever heard.
That's the only benefit to the Trump presidency is if the executions start, I'm going to enjoy like the first 45 executions.
What do you think his?
Trevor Noah's getting shot.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill Trevor Noah. He's gonna seat him behind the desk on the National Mall.
Well, Trevor, they put. I think that was coming. So I'm just like, he's brown and has an accent. Everyone's gonna love this.
Well, he's a great host. He's
Yeah, he's
you
not.
know,
It's just not from America,
right.
man. I'm
Well,
telling you, it bothers people to have a
you know what I mean?
non-American.
No, I just think
Trevor
that-
Noah would have killed it if it was a show on MTV and it wasn't the fucking Daily Show.
Yeah.
He's just not the right voice for that show.
So who do you think it is? Samantha Bee was the right
John
vote?
Stewart, and there's no way Comedy Central's gonna
Did
be
you
like,
watch
okay.
Samantha Bee?
I've seen.
Is it as
clips of
amazing
it.
as I've heard?
I don't
No.
know. It was post-election. A lot of the stuff I've seen has been kind of just horse shit.
Why? What do you mean horseshit? Like,
You know, the like, don't riot. It's important not to fucking riot or whatever.
She said that?
Yeah, she said that.
All I know is that people.
Daily Show did a don't riot bit. She was like, you're ruining the credibility for the rest of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, here's what it's not that. Here's what it does. It's basically all Trump has to do is not explode the country, and he will go down as great. That's all he's got to do.
He's already great. He can do whatever he wants, and he'll
But
be
just
great.
if there's just the fucking hysteria
Yeah.
before anything's happened, if it's not even a tenth as bad as that,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Well,
because Obama's officially a great president now. Historically, Obama's gonna go down as one of the good
To
ones.
some people.
He will.
But it was cemented that way
It'll be
anyway.
like Clinton went down as like good because of George W.
Yeah.
And Clinton, the reason Hillary wins because a lot of people didn't want that shit show back in fucking office of the Clintons.
Yeah.
All that shit they're supposedly
Well, they're gonna-
protesting. The Clintons.
I don't
made.
know if you saw, but Jill Stein got the $7 billion, so they're going to do the recount.
The
and
popular
7
vote thing.
million.
$17
The popular
billion.
vote thing is so fucking. What a punk ass. First of all, if Hillary won the Electoral College and not the popular, it wouldn't come up. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, shut the fuck up. The popular vote in New York and L.A. You 800,000 more people. So what? That's
Yeah.
why they have an Electoral College.
Yeah.
So that the Hollywood types can't control the whole election.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't do it Electoral College where it's not everything's like winner take all. That's why it sucks.
Uh-huh.
Because if they did it where the electoral votes per state, if based on you get some and they get some, you'd see a little more movement and less of this like. That's what I think.
What, like go county by county rather than state by state?
Just electoral college. Let's say there's 3 electoral votes in a state.
Sure.
You get all of them based on if you win. If they distribute it based off the votes in that state, where it's like somebody gets 2 and somebody gets 1, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That seems like it would be a more fair electoral college.
So you would do
right?
it by county.
I guess I don't know anything more about it after.
I don't know. I disagree. But why shouldn't majority rule in democracy? Like, isn't it a simple question? Like, why should
you mean over the thing of it being 800,000 people?
I'm just saying, like, why shouldn't the person with the most?
That was the whole reason they were afraid of being a country, was certain states didn't want to be.
Well, it was like, it was to protect.
That was also America prior to the Civil War. Like, it's 2 completely different countries.
Yes,
you really can't compare the 2 governments.
Well, that's why we don't have a full-on popular vote, because that way the two state solution works.
The Constitution is like the idea of how the electoral college is set up. But if through a current lens, it really doesn't make sense to use an electoral college. It should just be the popular vote.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah?
There's no way I would want.
Are you a states' rights guy? Do you think?
No, but I don't want it. I don't want everybody else to be irrelevant except the most popular
But
cities.
it's not everybody else. I mean, what if the population of Montana was 5? There were 5 people that lived there.
I think as a state, each state should get to have a fucking say. For sure. Because they all have their own individual needs and wants and shit. I mean, there's no way you can fucking put it all on the other.
Yeah, but that's what
understand.
That's what Congress is for.
Yeah, but
dude, also, what do states matter really? At the end,
I don't think I have no problem with how they set it up in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, just the bottom line is Hillary's whole appeal was she's not perfect, but she's like qualified because she knows the game and all that bullshit. And the game's electoral college, and she sucks so bad that she couldn't beat Trump.
Yeah, well, they were playing some like dumb, like one of the reasons they didn't campaign in Wisconsin was because they knew they weren't doing well there, and they didn't. They were bluffing.
That, yeah.
They were fucking bluffing, and they didn't want.
Is that
Trump
true?
That's what I heard. Yeah. But this is what I want to talk to you about.
Bernie would have won number 1. Everybody had said. Do people get a huffy breath when you say A, Bernie would have won?
Yeah.
And B, a lot of this was social justice shit. They get huff. Come on. So, first of all, Bernie would have absolutely won.
It's important to say Bernie would have won every single day. I'm banned from Facebook right now.
For what? Say Bernie would have won?
Well, there was an article about about how saying Bernie would have won is victim blaming, and we don't need to hear from white men right now.
Who's a victim?
Hillary Clinton. She was raped by losing the election, so it's victim blaming to say Bernie would have won. But so I posted some article, and then you know how the whole kill all men thing that female comics do on Facebook. So I did like the clapping emoji. I was like, kill all white women, and I shared that article, and they banned me for a month from Facebook.
Well, I mean that's how privilege works, my friends.
Yeah.
Next time, check it before you.
Well, I'm trans now on Facebook.
Yeah, well, that bullshit is why
I'm posting. I'm gonna Periscope from a Target bathroom wearing a fucking dress.
If you don't see that it's such a clear fuck you to that shit, Trump getting. I mean, I couldn't see a clearer message than a guy who never chooses his words properly getting elected.
I don't buy it.
Why?
He didn't even get as many votes as Mitt Romney. He didn't come in on like a popular wave. He came in on people just being disillusioned.
No, but
What does that have to do with anything?
A lot of it
Yeah,
is.
of course, people being disillusioned. Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, it was just like she couldn't get the vote out. It wasn't that he like inspired this massive cultural
People wanted him over
movement.
Cruz because, and this is why when I thought he was less bad than Cruz, okay, in the beginning, I was like, well, I like that he doesn't have any political, I like that he fucking just talks and doesn't, because the way they've twisted shit now is regular people have to be politicians, and the actual president didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck we got that.
Well, comics
ass
like him
backwards.
because he's got like that dice blood in him. It's like it's kind of like you're
I
voting
thought he
for
was
dice.
less bad than Cruz because of that.
Yeah.
And then partway through, when I started reading all this alt-right shit, I was like, oh, okay, this is why that's really bad, because
they're Nazis.
these people that are empowered.
I
by
like
this,
the alt-right stuff because it makes me POC now, and it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I've had to be white my whole life, and now I'm POC again.
Yeah.
I
Well,
felt POC.
that identity politics bullshit to fucking.
Dude,
of course, that's gonna happen if your dumbass decides that racism. This is because they try to put Marxism into everywhere but where it should be, which is like healthcare. They try to make it into every other thing. They were like, well, we'll never get health care, so let's just try to commie up every other interaction. So that new racism bullshit of where everyone, it's your identity, and we want, no, don't look at me as me. Think of who my cousin.
It's not Marxist. It's not Marxist.
That's what
pushing
critical
the
race
idea.
theory explicitly is.
No, I don't think.
In their own words of Derek Bell and the people in it, it's a Marxist framework, which is why it's so collective. So that's why you can't. I mean, I had people arguing with me of like telling me I was appropriating something. I can't remember who was accused. Some feminist that messaged me when that whole shit happened to me, and I was like, yeah, well, you know, I don't know all your terms and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
like I mean well with whatever I'm saying. She's like, typical white male.
Yeah.
Intentions matter more than word. And I'm like, I don't do that shit. I'm not. And everything was, typical white male. Like, no, I'm not typical, bitch. Because I'll tell you why. You and your friends felt you had to destroy me.
Yeah.
Everybody's on Facebook doing it. So clearly, I'm a snowflake. Why do you think that I'm going to be part of this shit where I get lumped in a group because you want to do your little group?
Yeah.
And they chose that.
The funniest thing I saw during the election, there was like a comic somebody shared, and it's a picture of like, you know, like it's shittily drawn, which makes it even better. It's like an MS Paint comic, and it's a guy, and he's got like a sort of like an ISIS beard almost, and like a shirt that says "This is what a feminist look like," you know, piercings. His arms are crossed, and it's like, it's not my job to educate you. It's like you're asking questions, which is what white men do. Therefore, they're bad. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not enacting the emotional labor. And then on the other side of the comic, there's a guy with like a shittily drawn swastika that's like fucked up, and he's like saluting Hitler, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'd love to talk to you about white nationalism. Answer any questions you want. Let me show you all this data on haplogroups." You know?
Well, because their strategy.
Yeah.
See, the whole thing, they're so stupid.
They
their
like to
strategy.
proselytize for sure.
Right. I used to compare them to a religion, the fucking social justice people, but the difference is a religion likes to tell you their beliefs.
Oh no, I
I've
feel
never
like
had-
the alt-right people are like a religion.
They like to tell you their beliefs.
They're like
more
the
a religion.
Mormons. They're
the
like-
lefties are worse because they're fucking. It's like a religion, but you're supposed to have already known their teachings and been a member, or else go kill yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not on them. That's first of all, they're like, these are the new rules. Here's all these made up bullshit things I made, and you're supposed to have already known them. Like, you're imposing on me to ask.
Yeah.
And they maybe should have waited till 2040 when they were all spiking the football about that. You know, when it's
Yeah.
going to be not
That's
white.
the year Hari becomes funny.
The year, yeah, the year. That's what the fuck that album means.
Yeah. The year my jokes hit.
But that it's like all the judgment and bullshit of a church, but none of the forgiveness or love of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, these chicks should find Jesus, because that's really what these are people that hate themselves, that want to inflict on everybody. That's always what it is with that, and especially the racist shit. This was a plot. This is a plan, because I really read critical race theory, like all their college papers and shit. I try, because no people just, well, racism is institutional, it's not individual. And I'm like, okay, what are you basing that on? Well, that's what it says in okay, but what is that? Like, what's the evidence of that I have to believe this, other than you like it better?
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to find an answer to that.
Yeah.
And then I read these papers. The only